Mark Davis, what are your emotions straight after that game?
Oh, it's a tough one. Absolutely devastated, and devastated for the boys, because I thought tonight was a perfect performance in many ways. To win the game by that margin against a team like Essex, obviously on our home patch, and to bat and bowl like we did and catch and field, and we played the perfect game, and unfortunately the other result went horrendously bad for us, and we missed out by the tiniest of margin.
There were so many permutations around tonight. I guess the most important thing was that Sussex won the game. I guess that was your focus first of all tonight.
That's always the focus. If you don't do that, then nothing else really matters. So the focus was to win, and if we got in a position where we could then obviously up the run rate, we were going to do that. But no, that's another team to win by 100 runs is sort of unheard of in T20 cricket. So we've been pipped at the post, and as I say, incredibly frustrated for all of us really, but the players mainly, because they put in an outstanding performance there tonight.
How aware were you of what was going on elsewhere tonight, particularly down at Southampton?
Very. I mean, you can sort of follow the scores, and obviously the margin of victory when you saw Hampshire sort of 60 for 7, 60 for 8, and then it's going to be, there's every chance it's going to be a massive margin of victory. So you're always aware. It's quite hard. I kept sending messages to the players, knowing we've got to knock these guys over, and that's why obviously you got CJ and Joff coming back a little bit early there to knock them over, and they did it, and it proved to be just a little bit too late.
It's almost up there on the balcony, you're almost doing the maths as the game was going on.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I'm not any Einstein really in maths, but you sort of have a bit of a ballpark figure where you think you need to be really. So I was thinking around 100. If there was a 70, 60 run swing, we'd still be in with a chance, but obviously the other team, Hampshire, obviously got knocked over and beaten by close to 100 runs, so that's a big swing.
And disappointing though it is tonight, Mark, I guess that it can't all be on this game. It's been over 14 games. There's perhaps been other opportunities.
Absolutely, they certainly have. But I think every team in the competition will look back at games where they felt they could maybe have got over the line, and we're no different. I felt the game at Lords was a big game for us. Had we got across the line needing 5 off the last over there, I think would have obviously clearly been comfortably through to the next round. And the tie here against Kent was a bit disappointing as well. Chasing 8 off the last over there, ending in a tie, point each, and obviously the frustration of the rain game that we shouldn't have played at Somerset and got a point from. And that's very hard to take when you've actually been done in there massively, because we shouldn't have played that game. We would have taken a point away from that game. We would have qualified. So the knock-on effect of decisions people make can have a big influence on competitions, and obviously us getting through the quarter-final was one of those.
And how ironic is that? I was at that game in Taunton, it was raining heavily, and Somerset had sneaked in instead of Sussex.
Incredibly ironic. I think it's up to the people that run the games. They need to get those decisions right, and I firmly believe that on that night, or that day at least, they didn't get the decision right.
Disappointing though it's been. What positives can you take from the campaign, Mark?
I think a number of positives. I think we've fielded a number of young players that have really stepped up. The likes of Joffre again, and obviously George Garton and Stian van Sales had a chance at 3, which he might not have got if Wrighty had stayed fit. So it was nice to see Stian play in that format. He was very effective, and just generally I thought there were some very, very strong performances. In the field tonight I felt we were outstanding, so our fielding's on the up, and I think we've got a very, very exciting team moving forward.
In terms of the new format of this competition, what are your thoughts of how it's worked out this season?
I think it's been really good. I think you can focus on the T20, you can improve your skills, which is important from a coaching perspective. You can really, really focus on the one format, and you can get some good work done. The one thing is, it's obviously there was a 4-day game thrown in the middle of it, which obviously made it quite tough for the schedule and the boys really. But no, I like it. I think the schedule's been as good a schedule this year as I've ever seen in county cricket.
It's all of the Championship now
Yeah.
For the rest of the season. I mean, how important now to get this defeat out of your system?
Yeah, we've got some time, so we'll step away from it for a bit. The guys have had a hectic period of 3 weeks really, where we've played lots of cricket, so we'll step away. People spend some time with their families and their friends and take a bit of time away, and then we'll come back and we get up for the last 5 games, so we'll give that a full crack.
And probably a bit early to say, Chris Nash hobbling around today. What was Chris's injury? Is it difficult to assess at this stage? Or?
It's a little hamstring, so he just felt his hammy. He felt he couldn't really, he couldn't move that well, so decided to stay off the pitch, which is the right decision. But no, he'll be fine. He's had a couple of niggles, but he comes back strong for them, so he'll be fine. And
I know it's a little way ahead, but what are your thoughts looking ahead to Colwyn Bay and those final 5 matches of the season?
Well, Colwyn Bay, I remember the last time we were at Colwyn Bay was many, many moons ago, so I'll have to do my homework. I'll get Tony Coddy on the case and see what he thinks about the pitch. I've already started to sort of get my scouts out there to see what it does. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. I think we've got a squad where the 11 we choose will do the job. So we've got good spinners, we've got good pace bowlers, and we're playing really good cricket, so I look forward to that.